Bastard!
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
Cooking on the beat, yo.
James. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. It just works like that.
It's a little bit weird.
A lot of things have happened this week, James.
Things?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So many things, in fact, that I didn't put down any of them on my list.
Don't worry, I got a great banger for us to start out with, JD.
I've actually have a few topics, but they're not like long talk topics. What is your thing, James?
Conor McGregor is a rapist.
Really?
Yep.
Conor McGregor?
The MMA
I always
fighter.
knew it, that guy. I hated that guy. Who is Conor McGregor, James?
He is one of the most famous MMA fighters. He's the Irish guy.
Right. That rings a bell with me. Yeah.
He's got that funky little dance that he does after he beats a person's head.
I think I've seen. Is he the one that dropped like a lot of weight for a fight once, and he looked like really, like scarily thin? I think I remember him doing that.
Maybe. Here, I'm sending you a GIF of what he looks like.
Let me see. I better. Yeah, I know who that is. I just don't really put. You know.
See, he does that.
Dude, he does the Vince McMahon walk in that GIF. That's pretty good.
Vince
Yeah,
McMahon.
so it turns out he's not a very good guy.
No, he lost a civil case.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately upon leaving the courtroom after losing it, I think one of the best videos ever, a reporter walks up to him and very loudly and broadly says the words, "Conor McGregor, you're a rapist. What now?"
What now? And then Conor McGregor's face, it just like it freezes, still shot, and then he goes, "Oi, now you're wondering how I got to this moment."
No, he just says, "Oi." That's it.
And that's it. That was his.
That's
no,
all
but
she
he
wrote.
must have had a really calm and reasonable response, right?
He actually said nothing.
Okay.
It was surprising.
Wow, I thought
Knowing Conor
something.
McGregor. Yeah, knowing Conor McGregor, I was actually kind of shocked that he didn't have a response or didn't say anything at all.
I know that guy is like the crazy guy. Like doesn't he do a lot of crazy things?
He does.
Wow.
Like raping.
Just what?
You know.
I mean, usually these things kind of like there's like a lot more than that, but
I mean, not really. Sometimes it is just
sometimes
one.
it is just one.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, it's just one in this case. He was in a civil court for it, lost it. I think yesterday it was confirmed.
Mm.
And that's when I saw the video and I was like, holy shit.
So are you telling me you just lost another one of your icons, your childhood icons there?
No, because I've been pretty anti Conor McGregor for a minute now.
Yeah, how long is a minute?
About a day.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty devastated, James. You know me, I'm a big MMA fighter kind of guy. So hearing this news,
you with your
it's been really
Taekwondo.
It's been really Muay Thai. It's been really unfortunate hearing this news. I'm in shambles right now.
Yeah, I know he was a big reason as why you got into Muay Thai.
Yeah, he was actually one of my main inspirations. I looked up to him really, and
you actually said you patterned your life around him, the good and the bad.
Yeah, and now I can't do the. I always used to Vince McMahon walk into your house.
Yes.
Like every single time. I don't know if I could do that out of good faith now, because it's just
because Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
not because of anything Vince McMahon did. none of the horrible things Vince McMahon is responsible for. Conor McGregor.
Yeah, because of Conor McGregor. Well, I said I was an MMA guy. I'm not a wrestling guy. I don't know Vince.
You're right.
I knew Conor McGregor's walk more before I knew Vince McMahon's walk. So
you're right. That's my fault. My bad.
Yeah. Okay.
My bad, original gangsta.
Well, that's it then, right? That's really it.
That's all the information that's come out about it. It was a civil case. He lost it. And the reporter had the greatest moment ever, just bluntly asking.
Well, I mean, there was another thing that happened this week, James, and I think you mentioned it a little bit. I have an idea of what you were talking about because my friends were also saying that exact phrase to me.
Oh, it's peak?
Yeah, it's so fucking peak.
It's so fucking peak.
Well, what is peak, James?
Arcane season 2.
Was the finale?
The finale, Act 3, the final 3 episodes were released
yesterday?
This morning at 12 o'clock.
That's a good time.
I was awake and I ended the stream, immediately watched the 3 episodes, and sent you a message of just.
Oh, it was a 3-episode finale. The episode released all 3 at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
At 12.
Because it was Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. So Act 3 was the final 3 episodes.
Ah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And is this It's So Fucking Peak the same thing as when I see a clip of the boys and Homelander's like suckling on some milk? Is that the same kind of peak? Or is this the peak of like several orphanages like blow up?
It's the peak of similar to Homelander suckling on milk, but it's a woman suckling on another woman.
I see. I mean, that sounds pretty interesting to me.
It was so fucking good.
Yeah.
And watching it at 1 a.m. when certain events happened, I had to keep myself quiet because I do not live alone.
Dude, you're that ad in the theater every single time we go in there to watch a movie, and it's that one where it's like, don't miss out on the movies or something. And it's everyone in the theater like freaking
every time
out.
we go into the theater. Every time we go in there, I recreate it along with it.
Yeah, it's the ad where everyone in the theater is like freaking out about something happening in the movie, like spilling their popcorn, pulling off their shirt and stuff. And then the dude walks in the theater and he's like, "Wait, what?" And because he missed whatever happened. That's me to Arcane.
And the guy's like, "Can you believe that?" And you're like, "Yeah."
Every single person I know, they go up to me and they're like, "It's so peak, JD." And I go up to them, I look at them in the face. I go, "Wait, what? What's peak?" And they go, "Arcane. Arcane is peak." And they're like, "You want to play some League of Legends?" And then that is not peak.
No.
How many people play League of Legends because of Arcane, James?
An unfortunate amount.
A lot of them.
Because
that's really unfortunate.
It's my favorite thing of the joke of people being like, "Oh wow, I watched Arcane. Should I play League of Legends?" And you look in the comment section, every fucking comment is saying no, and half of them are people going, "I play League of Legends." Don't do it, please.
No, don't play League of Legends.
This isn't good for you. You won't enjoy it. Nobody does.
If you have I mean knowing your mentality, James, your mental, how strong it is, just from like the stories you tell me, League is not a game for you. That is not your game.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, James, if you're not ready to get absolutely heated by a bunch of preteens on the internet, then you're not ready. You're not ready, James. Don't hurt yourself. But yeah,
I'm ready. I'm ready, ready.
I only play League of Legends with my friends, and they are also not super mentally there. They're kind of clinically insane.
Crazy Wittix.
Which is actually, it makes it a more fun experience for me. Because, I always do like seeing my friends spiral into insanity for whatever reason. You spiral insanity for some reasons. They spiral insanity for other reasons. It's like the same process. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe it's finally time I boot up that Arcane disc, that Arcane, what do they call it? What was the old thing they used to play shows on?
VHS?
Yeah. I could boot it up on VHS and watch it.
JD, why do that when you can just go to Twitch and look up the Arcane category on Twitch and just watch somebody stream
There's
the
an
fucking
Arcane
show?
Category on Twitch?
I found this out last night when I was typing in the word.
Oh, shit, I opened up Twitch there. I'm not gonna edit that song out though.
I was streaming on Twitch and I was switching to the art category and I typed in AR and I missed. I accidentally my hand slid over the keyboard and I just accidentally hit C instead of a T. even though they're not next to each other. It's just how my hand moved and I accidentally hit it. And I went to go delete it, and then I saw it say Arcane, and I'm like, what? So I pulled up my phone, I looked up the category. It's like maybe 2 people are streaming League of Legends. Everybody else is just streaming just straight up the show.
Yeah.
Just Twitch, not even like,
just like,
not
oh,
their
I see
reaction.
There's 2.2K viewers in Arcane.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
I like how Teamfight Tactics is also, it's not League of Legends, but it's in the League of Legends launcher as like a separate game.
Is it basically the same thing?
And the thumbnail they'll have for, no, it's very different actually. It's an auto chess battler. It's not a
Christ,
MOBA.
I hated every word you just said.
It's an auto chess battle. It's an auto chess game.
But you keep saying it.
What do you mean?
I said I hate every word you just said, then you just started saying it over and over again.
Yeah. First of all, the thumbnail for Teamfight Tactics is just, I'm assuming that's the kid version of Jinx.
Powder.
It's some little girl with blue hair, and I only know Jinx with blue hair, so
yeah, that's Powder, aka Jinx,
a little woke, you know, with the blue hair. But, woke.
Well,
does that bother you, James? Does that word bother you? Woke?
Yeah, it does.
That's why I'm saying it. So,
oh yeah, that's Powder. I looked it up.
Yeah, Teamfight Tactics is there, and then right underneath it, it's IRL, and it's just a picture of grass, a stock image of grass.
I love shit like the IRL or like the just chatting.
How many people are streaming
logos
on Twitch?
Because they're just so stupid and like so like not creative.
Oh, I see. It's like a bunch of these streams are not even like, the top 2 are just someone playing Valorant, and then and they're just in the Arcane category.
It's my favorite thing.
May contain sexual themes. Whoa, what's going on in Arcane?
They get sexed up. Like I said, JD, I told you.
They
women
like
suckling women.
They're suckling on each other. They do the dirty there.
Yeah.
My God, there's so many blurred out thumbnails here. No wonder people love Arcane. They're just a bunch of degenerates.
I don't know what you expected.
They were just little goblins. Goblinos here. Wow. All right.
It's just a bunch of gay people and then a sex scene. That's all whole Arcane is.
A lot of gay sex. That's Arcane, huh? That's why it's so peak, James.
It's so peak.
So far, the only things I know about it from what you told me is child suicide bombers and gay sex. So you're telling me this is peak, huh? 2024 peak?
Peak.
They're just like
absolute cinema.
Like 5 words selling on Arcane. Child suicide bombers, gay sex.
There's your name for this episode. Arcane is peak, or Arcane is absolute cinema.
Yeah, I just Photoshop Jinx's face onto the Venom photo that you gave me.
Okay, I'm getting
not
on
even
it
the
already.
original one, just the Venom one that you gave me.
I'm already on it.
I'm already doing it.
I'm already making it. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, speaking of Twitch, James, wasn't there something going on with Twitch recently? I've heard something happening with Twitch. An adpocalypse. What's that about?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure if I'm being honest.
You're the streamer on Twitch, James. You are the Twitch streamer. You are the Twitch streamer.
I know it's something, no joke, relating to the Israel-Palestine thing, but I'm completely unaware of why.
I'm unaware of it also. Actually, I just heard that there was an adpocalypse going on, and that's it. That's about as far as I've heard.
I know Middle Eastern streamers are reporting that ads are not being played on their streams, and that when they are, they're not receiving any money for the ads.
Got him.
Even if it's like nothing related to it, people who have like just like in their tags, like hashtag like whatever Middle Eastern country they're from, even if it's not within like a conflict or anything, it's being reported as like political manipulation or something like that, you know?
Oh, I see. So even if they stream Anime Squad on Twitch, the category, they just won't get any money from it.
Yeah, I know specifically that's what's happening. And if I remember correctly, it was a big push from H3H3.
A name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, Ethan Klein's currently having a fucking mental breakdown as he does mass amounts of coke.
I feel like I mean, anytime I hear about him, he's doing either one, massive amounts of coke, or he's having a mental breakdown. Maybe both at the same time too.
All these things can be
One
true.
or other or both.
He do be wilding.
Oh, the anime squad category on Twitch is just a bunch of people streaming anime. But Anime Squad, Anime Squad is an online first-person shooter game set between two rival teams, Pink Force and Purple Ghost. But people don't play the game in the category. It's just a bunch of people streaming anime.
I love that.
That's interesting. What are they streaming? iCarly. What the? I see Pokemon. I see iCarly. I see
classic animes. iCarly, Cory in the House.
I see Family Guy, Simpsons. Classic animes like Family Guy, The Simpsons. What's wrong with us? What is this? Superbad? Someone's just streaming the Superbad movie.
Why?
I don't know. They're all in a different language too. They're all looks like Spanish.
Oh yeah, that's the same thing with the Arcane tag, is that like most of them are not English.
Yeah, they're all like Spanish, Espanol.
It's so interesting whatever's happening. I'm genuinely curious what is happening and like why it's.
Well, I mean, have you felt the effects of the adpocalypse yet, James? Like how's that?
Seeing as I don't get paid,
huge amount of income from Twitch, like.
Yeah, seeing as I've never gotten paid and probably will never, I'm doing just fine, man.
I don't know, James. I mean, it's not cool to hide, your earnings and stuff. Like when you're a top, 0.001% streamer on Twitch, you don't have to hide from me. I mean, I can cut it out. Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
And then that's where I put in an AI voice of you saying like, oh yeah, I earn, maybe around like 1, 2.
Why do AI? Year? I was about to say it for you.
Well, go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, I make about 1.2 trillion, just kind of ripping people off, with my my hedge money schemes and stuff on Twitch. I'm like fresh and fit, but I'm neither.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. Have you also have gone to TwitchCon multiple times and perhaps done some shady things there?
Totally.
Have you also perhaps had like some shady friends who are you like defending from certain criminal activities?
I mean, I'm defending you
all the time. Have you, anyway, so yeah, I mean, Twitch.
Isn't there another thing that Mizkif did or somebody at fucking OTK that's involving another like, somebody did something really bad here, we gotta defend them?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised of it. I'm not a big fan of any like super huge Twitch streamer, especially if there's someone that you talk about. So, maybe I'm just a bit too distrustful. I'm not even sure what happened to make me such a way, but it might have been because my favorite Twitch streamer Aiden Ross got banned, and that's when I just that's when I clocked out.
Hey, what's he up to these days other than being made fun of by Kai Cenat?
Well, he's just been grinding. He's on that daily grind, making sure that
what does he do?
A better person on his own. He's been grinding. That's what I just said. He's been grinding.
Yeah, but what is he doing for content?
For content, grinding. That's his content.
Okay, he streams
himself grinding. Like James, how many times do you have to have this conversation?
Until I get an actual answer.
All right, fine.
Me talking to his fucking lawyers.
Well, he's been a little bit more chill recently. He hasn't been fighting actively against the Matrix ever since the incident. But I know he wakes up in the morning, he grinds, and then he streams. Grinding.
He grinds on stream.
Yeah, grinds on stream, and then that's it. Anyway, James, what have you been doing streaming, huh? Other than I see you lock picking in Fallout 4 for like 40 minutes.
It's dude, it took so long to get through that. And I
You
was
know what's
like, yeah, we're
crazy?
just gonna do.
I opened up your stream and I just lurked there as I usually do. And I'm like, oh, he's lockpicking. And then I look away or like get up from my desk, go out, go do some like chores and stuff, come back, and you're still lockpicking. And it's been like 15
There were
minutes.
so many chests. It was insane.
I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing?
I found this random raider because I was like, cool, I'm just gonna hop on Fallout, complete like the end of this like quest with the Brother of Steel, and then I was gonna like sign off, and then I look out of the way of the ship, and I'm like, oh, there's like a weird like bunch of ships that are all like kind of corralled together. That's kind of weird. I'm gonna go take a look at that, and then I get there, and it's a raider base, and I'm like, oh, this is the coolest raider base I've seen in the game. I'm gonna check it out, and it's like every fucking ship has a safe that's an advanced lock for like the dumbest shit inside.
I hope you invest your skills in lockpicking.
Ship the ship, lockpicking. And by the way, there's a safe that, despite the fact it has no way of being connected to a computer, you have to use a computer to unlock it.
Okay. It's digital. It's the future, James.
The future of 2477. No,
yeah, the far future.
2077. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, safes.
We know that's cyberpunk.
Remote connected to a cyberpunk reference.
Unintentional cyberpunk reference. It was so stupid having to get through there, and then immediately after I finished that, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go off to the shore, so I'm gonna learn the ship, and I'm just gonna sign off. And immediately, I accidentally wandered into a fucking like a second raider base, not even a mile from the other one. Like it was less than a mile, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is so close.
You had to do it.
Yeah, and then I started getting attacked, and I was like, oh god, and I had to fight my way out of it, and then a bunch of automatons just showed up and started attacking me. I'm like, oh my god, I kill all the automatons, I kill every fucking person there. And at the end of it, I find out that you can just free the automatons if you go on a terminal. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to kill them all.
You could be peaceful there, but you chose not to. So
I chose not to. I was attacked. I had to defend myself.
Well, you chose to defend yourself. So there you go.
And the next conundrum that follows after I reset, because I'm like, I'm going to save the automatons. And I go over to the beach and I'm like getting all my stuff ready to do it. What?
Next conundrum, 20 minutes of lockpicking.
No, the next conundrum, I find a Mirelurk Queen. Also, right next to both the boat base and the fucking raider base full of automatons.
Small world.
It's literally in the middle of them.
Small world.
And I'm like, oh my god, here I gotta run away because I don't have the equipment to fight this Mirelurk Queen, which is one of the like hardest fucking enemies in the game. And so I'm running away. And then I turn around, one of the automatons turns it to ash, but then all the automatons look at me upon them turning it to ash and just fucking start hunting me down. And I'm like, okay, I can't do this. So I reset again. I don't go to the Mirelurk Queen this time. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get all my stuff ready. I start prepping. I start putting on like new armor and everything. And then I get back in the power armor. And I'm like, okay, once I get back on later today, I'm going to do this on stream. And I'm literally about to go turn the game off. And all of a sudden, a Mirelurk hunter just appears out of the ground and starts attacking me. And I'm like, why? How long were you here? Because I've walked the same patch of beach 5 times and you never appeared any other time. It was just moment after moment after moment of me being constantly attacked when I'm just trying to get off the game.
Well, I mean, you know what they say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I mean, hey, why play a game when it's boring, So the game throws everything at you. He's like, hey, you know what? Have fun.
Oh, speaking of Fallout and Arcane real quick.
Yeah.
Best of luck to them on the adaptation category for the Game Awards.
Oh, yeah, that was happening. Game Awards.
I'm going to be honest. Arcane Season 2, if it does not win that category, I'm going to say it's fucking rigged.
I mean, I'm definitely not voting for Arcane. So
it's genuinely insane if it doesn't win. That's
I've heard a lot of things bullshit about the Game Awards, actually. Like, it's like all rigged and like the votes don't matter or something. But I don't know if that was actually true. I think that's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I think they were talking about the real world election, JD.
No, it had a picture of Jeff.
No.
What was his name? Jeff Kingley? Jeff
Bezos?
No, the fucking dude. The dude who does the Game Awards.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, I had a picture of Jeff Bezos on there. So I'm pretty sure they
Just
weren't talking
immediately
about the
folded,
real.
didn't even try to fight me anymore on
I'm
it.
pretty sure they weren't talking about the real elections. Otherwise, I put a picture of Jeff in there. Yeah, I mean, they had a. I think I saw a list for best or for game of the year, and I don't recognize like any of them except for like two of them. I think I recognize like two of them. Black Myth Wukong is on there, and the Shadow Elden Ring DLC is on there.
Oh my god, that's
I guess there weren't a lot of amazing games that came out this year.
What are your thoughts on that? Because I've been asked about it by the people on my stream, and I've also seen other people talk about it. Elden Ring's DLC being qualified for Game of the Year.
For being qualified for Game of the Year? I don't think it should be qualified for Game of the Year because it's a DLC. Yeah,
I
it's
think
not like
when
a whole.
DLC,
it's not a whole game. Like Elden Ring already had Game of the Year.
Right, but I think when a DLC does so much extra content that it is essentially just
what's Elden Ring 2?
Yeah, well, not Elden Ring 2, but it's like almost a whole like kind of game worth of content, in a way, with how many hours it'll take and whatnot to complete it.
There's a lot of content in there.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know. I feel like in this case, it should be allowed because if the DLC was just released as a standalone,
again? It's like $40.
Yeah, it's a $40 DLC.
Then maybe it should be qualified. I think it should be qualified for Game of the Year then.
I think let's think about it mentally like this. If this DLC was released as a standalone, would you say, yeah, that's a game? Or would you say, oh, this is a ripoff for like $40?
I would say it's a game, yeah.
So I feel like if it meets that sort of mental requirement, then I'd count it.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST, this is the example I've been using. But Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST, it's essentially just the same game. It's the same engine, same graphics, everything, but it's just a new story, and it could have just been a DLC for what the content is, but was released as a standalone. That's the only reason we qualify it as its own game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that same sort of mindset, I think this DLC should count, and it's fine to count.
Wow, I'm surprised I'm hearing that from you. If being a huge Elden Ring hater,
not a fucking never played Elden Ring,
never planned to. You absolutely hate FromSoft. You hate all the Dark Souls games.
I despise them. I spit on their graves. I go patoo.
When you heard that FromSoft was in, or Sony was in talks with FromSoft about buying them, you were like, "Thank God, good riddance." Because the second that Sony acquires FromSoft, it's just over. It's those normal Dark Souls.
By the way, I sent you the picture.
It'll be like a Dark Souls 2025, like the same as the EA games. Anyway, though, yeah, I mean, it's on there. I haven't actually even played the DLC yet. I don't even have the DLC. I haven't even been the base game yet. Black Myth Wukong's on there too. I heard that was a pretty cool.
I've heard good things about that. Wasn't there like a thing that if you like streamed that or something, you'd get in trouble?
I haven't heard that. I don't think I've seen anyone get in trouble for streaming it.
I don't know, I remember there being something around the time it was released about streaming it, that something would happen, and it was like everyone's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
I got no idea. Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Though.
The other games on there: Astrobot, Balatro, Final Fantasy.
Good things about Astrobot.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor, Fantasio. I hate to say, but I haven't heard of them. So
you haven't heard of Final Fantasy IV?
I haven't heard of the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth game.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, I know about Final Fantasy. I just didn't know that game was there.
You don't know Final Fantasy?
Do you know Final Fantasy, James? Are you a big Final Fantasy head?
I'm a big Final Fantasy
fan. Is the cloud greatsword like that like gets your rocks off, James?
His name is Sora.
I don't know if that's Final Fantasy. That might be Final Fantasy.
Hey, I think it is. I do think there is a crossover, but I don't know where.
Are they like in the same universe?
Maybe it would make sense. I mean, technically, every Final Fantasy game is a different game.
About with the key.
Yeah, but also technically, all the Final Fantasy games aren't the same. Like, I think only like there's like 4 universes or something between all 4 games. I mean, not all 4 games, between all the games.
I see.
Because I know, like, that's why it's like, hey, you know, everyone's favorite Final Fantasy IV randomly just has this character Cloud Strife, and everyone's like, who the fuck is this? Wait, what is this world? This isn't like the magical fantasy world. This is like modern,
Yeah, but I hate to say, man,
steampunk with guns and shit.
I don't think Astrobot, Balatro, or Metaphor are going to be anywhere close to Wukong, Elden Ring, or Final Fantasy. I know there's a lot of people like Final Fantasy, so.
I was surprised by how many people like the Bialtro.
Balatro?
But whatever. I'm gonna be
they
honest.
Wouldn't like you, Jared. That's for sure.
Guys, I mean, they don't. I've had a conversation with them about it. They really don't like me.
Just insulted all the Balatronians.
Listen. It's a game I'd never heard of before. As far as I'm aware, it's like a card game, but with like something extra.
It looks like a card game. Poker inspired roguelike deck builder.
What the fuck does roguelike mean?
I don't know. Everyone always says roguelike, but
right. But what does that mean? I always hear that shit and I don't know what that word means. Well, what is this?
Let's hit
Google's.
Yeah, let's see what Google says. It's a style of role-playing game, RPG, that includes procedural generation. So the levels are randomly created, turn-based gameplay, grid-based movement, and permanent death.
What does that mean?
RPG.
Right, but how is it an RPG and a card game?
Well, they're probably you probably are playing against randomized enemies. So those are the levels. When you die, you probably die permanently. What else was the things? Turn-based gameplay. Yeah, you have turns there. And there you go. Roguelike. Anyway, James, I don't appreciate your hate for Balatronians, so.
I mean, I don't have any hate for it. I'm not very aware of it because I feel like I haven't seen anybody talk about it until just now.
Yeah. Oh, there is best adaptation. Arcane, Fallout.
Yeah.
Knuckles.
It's Arcane, Fallout, the Knuckles TV show.
There's a Knuckles TV show?
Yeah, it's not really a Knuckles TV show. It's the secondary cop guy that was in the movies.
Oh.
Wade.
I never watched any of the Sonic movies, so I don't know.
The show makes it pretty clear they were not planning to get Idris Elba back to voice Knuckles.
Okay.
Because they have a guy that does not do a voice at all close to it, doing like puppeteering on set for a Knuckles puppet that they replaced with CGI. Except for the times where they did use the puppet for the show for certain shots.
Like a Dragon?
Like a Dragon was so shit.
Like a Dragon Yakuza. Is that the live action one? Or?
Yeah, the live action one. It came out. Nobody was aware it came out.
Tomb Raider.
People that watched it
Legend of Lara Croft.
I heard
there's another Tomb Raider
good
one?
things about that. It's an animated Tomb Raider show. I've heard good things, and people complain that it's woke because
people complain
like,
it's woke. What, too much gay
kind
sex?
Of buff. I mean, yeah, she's always been gay, but I guess people don't realize that she's bisexual. But people are like, "No, she's never been this. It's only straight." But yeah, she's
it sounds pretty woke to me, James.
I'm sorry that the character who's always been bisexual is still bisexual. Yeah,
you should be sorry. You should be sorry.
But they made her like kind of like a little buffer than normal, so people weren't happy that she wasn't like hourglass with huge polygon tits.
Why can't this be the original Lara Croft? And it's just like everything.
Why can't there just be giant
animation
triangles?
style? The animation style is exactly the same, but the Lara Croft character is just a polygon version of her from like the original game. That'd be funny.
It's so stupid.
Best narrative. Silent Hill 2 is on there. Interesting.
That makes sense. Apparently there's new endings for the remake.
Yeah, I never played the original or any of the Silent Hill games. Maybe that'll be a horror game that I can just dive into. I'll just come in right on the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Silent 2?
Silent 2 Hill. Yeah.
Just call it Silent 2. Never call it anything else.
Silent, yeah. My favorite franchise, Silent. Oh my god!
You know, it almost works.
Black Ops 6. Oh, I forgot that was a game.
So shit.
Black Ops 6 has been nominated for best audio design.
I was about to say, when you, because you mentioned narrative just prior, I was about to say, no shot, this gets best narrative.
I mean,
that was such
I'm
a
not gonna
bad
lie,
campaign.
dude. They had that one dude. I don't even know his name. That one dude in there with the glasses.
Adler.
Adler. God, man, that's is he nominated for best character in the game, or is that on here?
Is he? I hope not. He's listen. It made me like Adler because I really did not like the character of Adler beforehand. But I'm gonna be honest, not that much.
Black Ops 6 Adler was okay.
He was okay. Black Ops 6 made me think Adler was okay instead of just like I could not give less of a shit. Like every other character in the fucking game. Holy shit, what a way to make me not care for anyone but the one original character that was in there, Woods, who they put in a wheelchair, so he's not even in the rest of the game.
The only thing I've seen from Silent Hill 2 was that one meme video someone made where it's like James has no regrets, and it's just him going to like a building and partying with all the enemies, the bad guys. There's a shot of him.
Is
like
that an ending you can get?
A shot of him like vaping? I don't think so. No.
Him vaping?
Have you seen that video, by the way? That James has no regrets?
No, I haven't seen it.
I should send it to you. It's Silent Hill 2, but James regrets nothing, I think, is that what? Anyway. His performance is nominated for best performance. Luke Roberts,
the guy who played James.
Yeah,
I get that. From everything I've seen, he seems pretty solid.
I see. Here you go. The link to this.
Minus the pyramid head scene. That was so bad.
The pyramid head scene.
I'm gonna be honest. The scene of your character hiding in a closet and Pyramid Head walks up and he just starts shooting him, and Pyramid like has a little spasm and then just turns around and walks away. I was like, oh, okay, this one maybe wasn't it.
Come on now, come on.
Okay, maybe we can miss sometimes.
Games for Impact. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Why is Genshin not on here? That was a miss, man.
Games for their incredible diversity. Genshin Impact.
I see. Oh, games. No, it's Games for Impact because it's Genshin Impact. Get it? Instead, it's just a woke category. No one cares. Let's move on. Best ongoing game. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14. That's the MMO. Fortnite, Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 has fallen a lot. I don't think they've gotten I don't think they've gotten a big update in a while. It's been a while since I think the last one was Escalation of Freedom, and that was a while ago.
I know that they're bringing in new vehicles because of the beta testing videos that have come out.
I thought they would add in like a whole new enemy type by now, but
I just want them to add a narrative. If I'm being honest,
I don't care about the narrative. They can add that if they want to.
It's just essentially just endless fighting with no like overall, because I think that's a good thing about Destiny is that you can replay every mission constantly without like a kind of narrative really there. But like the planets have a certain amount of like being liberated and not liberated they can be. Mm-hmm. So I think upon that, it's just, to me, it's like, okay, so when does this end? When do you advance your map? When do you add a new enemy type?
That's the thing, James. It never ends. It's always fighting.
Right. But when you make it so that there is a progression, and we have lost worlds to the fucking automatons, mm-hmm. So there is a way to lose. What do you do when it's all gone? It's not infinitely replayable.
Well, then the game dies, James. Just like that.
Which I don't think they would ever do.
I mean, they might.
We're adding a new solar system.
It's just eventually, just takes time. 10 years from now, we probably won't even know what Helldivers 2 is.
That's not true. We'll be playing it in our graves.
Oh, really, James?
Yeah, I'll kill you.
Best community support. No Man's Sky?
You're joking, right?
There's a lot of different things. That is on there.
No Man's Sky?
Yeah, No Man's Sky is on there.
The game that was infamously known for being
I don't know if you realized that it was like it had like a Cyberpunk 2077 moment where it's
it got relaunched with like a huge update.
Yeah, well, over like a bunch of updates, it fixed the game and like It's
Really?
actually a pretty good game now. And the
Have you
community
played it?
support is actually really good. So that's why it's on there. I think it might have won the award for best community support like either last year or 2 years ago. It was nominated for both of them, both last year and 2 years ago. Anyway, I was scrolling through these to see if there's any categories that really entice me. Best independent game, best debut indie game, best mobile game. I play mobile games, but nothing.
Last War Survive.
There's Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero.
Do they have a best promotion for a mobile game, and it goes to Anthony Starr for literally being the backbone of Last War Survive?
Don't think so.
Turned down doing the Mortal Kombat game where he voices Homelander, but said yes to fucking Last War.
Control
every
F.
ad they asked.
Control F doesn't see an Anthony Starr on here, so that's gonna have to be a no.
My God.
Best VR AR game, Batman Arkham Shadows on there. We saw a bunch of ads for that one.
The ads are so shit for
They're
that game.
Pretty bad. I don't like
They're
them.
so bad.
They're really annoying.
Dude, I went on a whole tangent to my my viewers about it on my stream where I was just like, I don't know why they chose to have the most unexpressive person ever do this. Because like your eyes are hidden, and if you just lockjaw your mouth the entire fucking ad, I don't want to engage with this. You're like making this seem so uninteresting. Like, oh wow, you look like you're having a lot of fun playing as Batman.
They have never, that those actors that put on the VR helmet in those ads, they've never touched a game in their life.
They've never played VR.
No.
What they should have just done is recreate the original Arkham Knight fucking Become Batman ad. Because that ad is like a perfect VR ad. It's literally just like the bat symbol passing over people and them like becoming Batman. It's perfect.
It's best action game. Black Ops 6 is on there. Wukong's on there. Helldivers 2 is on there. Warhammer Space Marine 2 is on there.
Hell yeah.
But that's not going to win. So that's unfortunate.
Well, but I'd say it should. It's a fucking solid game.
It's a good game. But unfortunately, Call of Duty's on there and Wukong's on there. And those were big. Those were interesting. No, I've never played it. I've seen you play it. And and after watching you play it, I was thinking, it's like Helldivers 2, but a little bit toned down.
It's Helldivers 2, but you're not the Helldivers.
You're like more boots on the ground.
Helldivers.
It's not a Helldivers 2. You like call in an orbital strike and it blows up a 50-foot bile monster.
You are the orbital strike.
You say that, but I see you just getting smacked around in the campaign all over the place.
No, I get smacked around in the multiplayer. Thank you.
In the multiplayer too as well.
I'm not good at the multiplayer.
There's best action adventure game. There's best RPG. Dragon's Dogma 2 is on there. I heard that people didn't like Dragon's Dogma 2.
I don't know what Dragon's Dogma 2 is.
It's basically like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. It's that kind of game.
I think
it was too short. I think that was the biggest complaint.
Too woke?
No, it was just not a very long game. Elden Ring shows up there again. That's probably gonna win that one. Best fighting game, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Let's go.
That's
Multiverses is on there. No,
let's go.
That's definitely not winning.
The GOAT.
What a terrible game.
Dude, I ain't never had.
They have
the
thumbnail for best fighting game. They're using Batman from Multiverses. Wow.
When are we hopping back on Multiverses, JD?
So much potential, but it's just not there.
Well, the problem is we only played it during the beta. We never played the finished game.
Is the finished game even out right now?
It is, I think.
Okay. Is it any different than the beta? Is it just the same?
I don't know. They added Raven from Teen Titans.
Whoa.
And
if they don't add my boys from the Ruby TV show, the ones we were going to cosplay as, I don't want to play it.
our secondary characters who died in the third season.
Names? Gene and something. Was it Gene?
I have no clue.
Jake.
Oh, you're talking about Jean and Ren?
Yeah, Jean. That's what his name was.
Never mind. Sorry, didn't die. I thought you were talking about the background characters. I was like, hey, look, it's a blonde kind of fat guy.
No, they were like side Asian characters or something.
No, they're B characters.
Okay.
John and Ren.
Best family game. Family Guy?
I was
Super
about to say it.
Super
God damn
Mario
it.
Party Jamboree.
You
I
do
forgot that came out.
Super Mario what?
Super Mario Party Jamboree. A new Super Mario
When
Party
is the
game.
Raving Rabbids Super Mario game coming out?
I don't know. Not soon, I don't think. But there's
Ever?
there's a lot of Nintendo games on there. They just love the family. Astrobot shows up again. What is that? I need to know what that is.
It's a PlayStation game that's like basically a celebration of all the PlayStation titles. And it's like, hey, you're an Astrobot, and you have to collect all the PlayStation guys from the PlayStation games, who are all also
Oh, I
Astrobotified.
see.
And then the guy from the zombie
Is it like a
game.
Pop Tropica kind of thing?
No,
Like you jump around to different games to do stuff and
I mean not exactly. It's a lot of It's a platformer.
okay.
It's a lot of like kind of platforming to catch characters. You do
Catch them like
game modes
Pokemon.
similar and like kind of quoting to things, of those games.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say it's like Pop Tropica exactly.
Okay, so this was like console mostly game. That's no wonder I haven't heard of it. It's PlayStation.
I've only heard the drama of it and that it was just a good game.
Okay.
The drama being that one of the creators of one of the games that are in it is like, I don't want my fucking shit in this game. I don't want them to fucking tarnish the legacy of my character. And everyone's like,
tarnish it. My legacy.
Who?
But I
Legacy.
don't really care about my legacy that much because I'm just a guy. And when I'm dead and gone, and people don't even know who I am. Best Sim strategy game. Best Sim strategy game. I've heard of Frostpunk 2. I like the first game. Unicorn Overload sounds cool, but I don't know what it is. Best sports racing game. WWE 2K24.
Forza.
They don't have Forza on there. It's F1 24 now. They've gotten rid of Forza. It's not good enough
Forza.
anymore.
Forza and Need for Speed are the only games I know other than Mario Kart, actually.
Well, guess what, James? Neither Forza or Need for Speed are on this best sports or racing game nomination.
Is there a new Mario Kart that's on there?
No. Does Mario Kart even get on the sports racing? I thought that was like real life sport games. Like sports and racing games are based on real life.
I mean, if it's a sport and racing game, then
James, it's not a real sports racing game, James. Yeah, it's in family games.
What the fuck does that mean?
Best multiplayer? Black Ops 6? Hello.
Multiverses.
Actually, I heard that Black Ops 6 multiplayer was pretty fun.
I heard it was a nightmare from the Omni movement.
I heard Omni movement was really goofy and it's fun.
I've only seen the clips of people becoming Superman and just flying around the map because of Omni movement.
I just know all my friends sometimes play Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and I don't think they ever use the Omni movement. Most of the multiplayer I think is, unless you're like super sweaty, you probably won't be using the Omni movement that much.
Unless you're like super sweaty playing a casual match.
Yeah, unless you're super sweaty in a casual team deathmatch, I don't think you'll be using it.
Highly likely thing.
Helldivers 2 is on there. Super Mario Party, Tekken 8.
What's with that, by the way? Why do people like sweat in casual games now? Why is that the thing?
Why? Because they're unemployed, like me. I'm unemployed right now.
Me.
And man, am I struggling to find some employment, James. I have to go back to school.
JD, we can both just go work the Hyperloop together.
I would love to, but I applied to that to the local bowling alley, and they haven't called me back yet. It's been a month.
What?
I'm not qualified to work at the bowling alley.
I love the words local bowling alley because I can't think of a single one that isn't connected to a casino.
That is the local one I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently I don't have the qualifications, James. Maybe I don't have the 5 years of work experience at a bowling alley in order to work there. So.
Well, don't worry. I've got the 5 years.
So I would basically apply to like every non like what was it? Like you don't need a lot of experience to do jobs. Blue collar work.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go
blue collar work jobs all over the place are close to me.
For the Hyperloop,
and I've not been contacted once. So man, it's a struggle out here.
JD, the Hyperloop. Again, I keep saying it, Hyperloop. We don't need any experience. You drive a car, you point people to go sit in cars.
You're right. We should work at the Hyperloop.
Let's go work with your dad.
That's perfect. um, yeah, Tekken 8 multiplayer, most anticipated game. Oh, game's not even out yet. Oh, it's kind of not cool to put Grand Theft Auto 6 on there because that's 100% gonna win. We don't even know if it's gonna come out. They might pull a thing where like, oh, sorry, we're gonna have to delay it and stuff, so it's not actually coming out.
Yeah, you know, I know it doesn't matter, but who else is on that list?
Well, Monster Hunter Wilds is on there, and I really would have liked that to win. So
that's what you want to win.
Death Stranding 2 is on there. Ghost of Yote, that's pretty cool.
Death Stranding 2.
Ghost of Yote. So you put Grand Theft Auto 6 on there, but it's gonna come out in like 20 years. Like when they announced it.
You know they're gonna add Hassan to Death Stranding 2.
Are they?
Yeah, he's flying out to Tokyo. I don't know when, but him and Kojima are gonna meet up at the Kojima studio.
Damn.
And it's borderline anytime a celebrity visits the Kojima studio, they get scanned into the game.
I hate Hassan.
It's
now.
not even a meme.
Fuck?
That's just what they do now.
I hate that guy for being in Death Stranding 2.
I hate him because he's everything I want.
How dare he be in Death Stranding 2?
It should have been
I wanted
me.
my face to be scanned into Death Stranding 2.
It should have been me.
I can't wait for Hassan to be.
Me.
I can't wait for Hassan's face to be scanned onto like one of those baby things in the fucking vats.
I can't wait for him to essentially just be given the Conan role from the fucking previous game, the Conan O'Brien. Are you aware that, by the way, that he's in the game?
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah. Conan O'Brien, he's like on a little fucking like video thing, and he's like, "Hey, give me a pizza." And then he just showed me, he's like, "Thanks for the pizza. Get out."
Get out. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds though, it's coming out pretty soon actually. February.
I still haven't played a Monster Hunter game.
I'm excited for it actually. I'm definitely going to. Well, I could pre-order it, but I'm not going to. Just because.
I wish I owned a copy of Monster Hunter. I'd play it then.
Yeah. It'd be a shame when you don't have a copy of it.
Yeah. It's too bad that I don't have a copy of it.
But we know Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to win that, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no competition.
Content Creator of the Year. I actually heard some drama about this.
Yeah.
Apparently, instead of just appreciating the fact that your favorite content creator is nominated, you have to hate on everyone else who's not your favorite content creator. So
pretty much. That's become the new thing.
I'm not familiar with most of the content creators that are listed, but I know just 2 of them, and I think those are the biggest problemos that have been happening. Queso. Queso is on there.
Is it Queso? I've always called him Casio.
It's Casio.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's actually Caseo.
I hear people call him Queso though.
It's Caseo, and so Caseo is on there, and Usada Picora is on there, and those are the 2 big ones that are fighting each other. They're both pretty huge. One? Usada Picora.
Who's that?
That's a VTuber. That's one of the most popular VTubers, actually. One of the most popular VTubers that
everybody's pissy about then.
Yeah. So apparently a lot of the Queso fans don't like that Usada Picora is on there, and vice versa, I think. Maybe.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why Casio Queso is on there. I can't think of anything memorable he's done this year.
Casio is big. He didn't he blow up this year?
Well, here's the thing. I know he's big, but I genuinely, for life, me can't think of a thing he's done this year that would warrant him being on there. Like other than
get like a huge audience and stuff.
I mean, he had a huge audience. He
hasn't done like an event or something, but
right. Like I feel like I can recall him being more popular last year than this year. Like I feel like I've seen more people talking about him last year. I felt like I saw just more of him last year.
Yeah, Usada Picora is more of like more corpo. You know, she's done like brand
more
different. Yeah, Casio is more of like an indie guy. You know, he hasn't done like a collabs with like Honda or something, stuff like that.
I mean, he's done Jinxie and shit like that.
Yeah, but not with like huge corporations or anything.
Honda? Right? Wait, did you say Honda like the car company?
Yeah, I think I don't think it's Usada Picora who was an official partner with them, but someone from Hololive, the company that she's at, is an official partner with them. So. Yeah, she's part of Hololive.
Now I hate her.
You don't like Hololive, James?
No,
have you gotten shit on by a lot of people from Hololive?
maybe.
What about KCO?
Have I been shit on by Casey?
Yeah. Any Kaseo fans come to your chat and they say like, "Oh my god, you look exactly like KCO."
And I say no,
And you say, "You're banned." That's the only thing I know about him. Is that he gets like a fat joke told out of like every millisecond, and every single time he replies with the like, "You're banned," or like, "Get him out, you're canceled," stuff like that.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why
He's pretty
I really
funny.
don't. I was gonna say,
Is
I
that why
don't
you don't
really
like
care.
him? Is because he's just a walking fat joke, like the Family
Well,
Guy?
it's like it's all the content I ever saw or still see from him is just that,
It's just
just the
that.
fat joke, and I feel like I don't see him do anything else. And I'm just like, you can do more. You don't have to just be the butt of a joke, and that's all your content is. Like you can just do other shit. You don't have to wear the
I've seen
big hoodie every
compilations of
stream. You
him.
don't have to. I feel like all he does is just lean into it. I feel like he doesn't try to like try to make a character for himself or like
That is his
try
character,
to
and it
actually
works.
it's just that's it. The character is yes, I am a fat joke and that's it.
Yes,
It's like
I am
you can be
horrendously
more. You don't
obese.
have to just be that. Yeah, Casio,
I am of
just
the
don't wear the
opposite.
hoodie.
I'm of the opposite opinion. Kaseo, do what you do to get that bag, because you are. Because don't.
Yeah,
James is just
I'm
a
not
hater.
giving him shit. I'm not
James
giving
is
him
just a
shit for getting
hater.
the bag. I'm not giving him shit for getting the bag.
Oh, I think you are,
I'm
James.
not,
That sounds kind of like
no,
it.
I just feel like you can do more. You don't have to make that your whole thing. You
He's
can
pretty
just like
funny though. I've
actually.
seen compilations of him playing games and like making jokes about the game, and man, he's a funny guy actually. Like outside of the fat joke thing, like he's also pretty degenerate. So I think you would like that, James,
I would like
because
that.
there's a lot of, I don't know if you've seen it, but there was a lot of clips of Kaseo and Jinxie, like him like staring at Jinxie's ass or something, like during there.
Jesus. No, I haven't
And
seen that.
there's
I've seen
clips of him. There's clips of him. He always does a lot of like poop jokes too, like fart
okay, well,
jokes,
you've lost me.
where he's like, "That's I know you would like that." You know, where he's like, he's just playing a
Yeah, I'd like
game.
that. Twice that
He's
you've
playing a
lost
game
me.
that has nothing to do with like pooping or farting or something, and then all of a sudden he'll just like say to one of the like he'll die or something, and he get frustrated, and he'll just say to one of the characters like fart in my mouth or something, and it's hilarious.
Again, you've lost me. You've made me actually hate him for a valid reason.
Come on now. Anyway, yeah, but Kaseo is one of the he's one of the bigger Twitch streamers now. I think probably like he's up there. He's up there. Yeah, big beef. Not between him and Usada Picora. I'm pretty sure Casio like he didn't even want to be nominated. I think. He did say like he didn't want to be nominated because he knew that this whole like drama thing would happen between him and a bunch of these other people. There's Illo Juan, Techno Gamers, and Typical Gamer. I love how two of the nominees up here have gamer in their name.
I feel like I've heard of Typical Gamer, but I don't think I've ever heard of Ecto Gamer.
Techno Gamer.
Techno.
Techno Gamers with a Z.
Okay, I thought you said Ecto.
And then it's Typical Gamer, but without the space in between the two words. So
Okay.
I haven't heard of them. I haven't heard of those three. I just know Casio and Usada Picora. So
I do know that they're trying to be not just only US based with their streamer stuff now.
yeah,
as well,
they're probably like they're probably more international. That's probably why I haven't heard of it.
I appreciate that, but I also like I fear it because I know the consequences it will have based on like that one fucking vote that I think it was Kai Cenat or something versus like a VTuber, and the VTuber won because Kai Cenat's fans didn't vote at all, but hers did.
Yeah.
And like the Kai Cenat fans are like, "What? How could he be? How could he lost it?" And everyone's like, "Because you guys didn't vote. You didn't do anything."
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta feel bad for Kai Cenat's fans, you know?
Do I? I mean, I honestly lost respect for Kai Cenat actually.
Really?
Today.
Why?
Yes, because I've been like pretty
I know you've
caught
been
up on his mafia.
You've been an avid hater of anyone kind of related to Aiden Ross.
Well, here's the thing. I was giving Kai Cenat a genuine, like, fair trial, and I, like, I
A
have my
fair trial
reservations. Like, the whole,
legally.
uh, yeah, like, I like, since the New York situation, I was like, I want to be fair. I want to, like, give him an actual shot. I don't want to just, like, immediately, like, okay, so he does shit like this, and then just kind of write him off. I watched his content. I like the amount of people he brings together with his content, the kind of people he brings onto his content. I was like, oh, this is really cool. You have NPC Miles Morales guy, you have the Office drummer, you have like all these little like kind of TikTok streamers maybe, or just like people who don't have a big shot
Yeah,
getting a
I
chance to
haven't
be on
heard
a
of them.
huge platform because of his big like Mafiathon thing, or like him
I
having these
also don't
big names
watch
show up.
I also don't watch Kai CNET, so
I don't
Kai
either, but
Senta.
it's like, there's the John Cena was a guest, Kevin Hart, people
I
like
know
that. He's like,
he has a lot of big guests on his live streams.
right, and I was like, that's really cool. And then he had a guest on today that I paused and I was like, no,
You
there
have a
you
guest
go.
you
You've
disagree
written
with, huh? Who was it?
uh, Chris Brown,
Chris Brown. Is that the musician guy?
the musician guy who beat his wife
Right, that one.
very publicly, and that's what he's known for.
Yeah,
That's the thing people think of when they hear the name Chris Brown. Their
yeah,
brain goes, "Oh, the wife beater."
yeah.
And I've always been so he had on
Alleged, James. Alleged.
no, it's not alleged. It's actually not alleged at all. That's the part about it.
That's the funny part.
It's not. He had on Little Dicky, aka Dave, the other day, and
Uh-huh.
I've had a weird kind of like standoff feelings about Dave since like kind of a while for his music.
Uh-huh.
He's another like kind of like nerdy white guy that's shown up and like never been in music or done anything before. Suddenly
Well, I
he's
mean,
in
I
rap
get
and
why you
suddenly
don't
he's
like
a
him,
huge
yeah.
name. Well, hold on. I I don't have like a hatred towards him, but I was like, oh, okay, this feels like a guy who's just kind of grifting off the art, and once he gets it big enough, he's just gonna suddenly be like, actually, I'm gonna do country music like fucking Post Malone or Machine Gun Kelly. I feel
Well,
like he's gonna
has he
go.
done that?
Uh, he's kind of done that, but also he did a collab with somebody a while ago that made me really not want to interact with his content, JD.
Was it
Chris
Mr.
Brown.
Brown?
And the prompt of the video and song were that they switch bodies and that he's
Ah,
Chris Brown.
that's the narrative.
And it's very bad just
He
overall.
becomes Chris Brown?
He does.
Oh my god.
And there's problems with it just in general of like I've kind of stayed away from him from there, and then I saw him on the stream and I was like, okay, weird, but I'll ignore it because I don't really watch the stream, so maybe it's not a me thing. And then I saw the guest for I believe today, and I think it'll be like a couple days or something that he'll be on. And I
was today.
Yeah, I believe it was either today or yesterday. He was the guest. Because he's doing a big marathon, so every day there's a new guest, there's a new thing.
Uh-huh.
Also, I think he has his nephew on who's like failing school to the point that he doesn't know like simple addition in like the 9th grade.
Oh, that's not very good.
Yeah, like they asked him what's 5 times 2, and I think he said 8.
Well, I mean, I get failing math, but failing math to that degree
It's
might be
really
a little
not,
bit too
it's genuinely
much.
a really sad clip because Kai Cenat was like, hey, you can only be on the stream if like you have good grades, and he didn't have good grades, so he's like, okay, then we're gonna do homework with you every day on stream. And then they try to do that and they find out that like he can't do the homework at all, and he's still failing his classes, and he's still getting worse and worse because he's not turning in any of his work, and he's like just fucking around.
Does he have
And it's like,
he's a mental thing going on, or
no, I think he's just genuinely not interested, and I think he doesn't take it seriously because he is on the stream. That to him it doesn't matter, and so I think there's a problem there with it. And I was like, oh, this is in 9th grade, so like around that age.
I see. I mean, yeah, that's not good.
I've had my problems with it because I'm like, well, I liked it because I was like, okay, so this is going to be like a really public platform to help maybe put pressure on him to do better. That's a good. But
instead, he just got caught up with the cloud or something. And
yeah, he's fucking off. He's like not doing it, and Kai isn't happy with him. Like he keeps laughing and like things like that. The whole like he can't do 5 times 2, And Kai's like, hey, don't laugh. He's like being serious, and he's like, hey, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't. What are you fucking doing?
He realized the gravity of the situation.
Yeah,
he's about to
like,
turn into like a Jack Doherty or like Jake Paul.
Well, because he's like, hey, I'm gonna send you home to your mom if you genuinely can't get your shit together, and he doesn't realize that.
If
like,
I was in 9th grade and I didn't know those math questions, I would get beat.
Yeah,
physically beaten.
Yeah.
So
it's a good thing. It's a good thing I know that answer. It's
15, right?
5 times 2.
15, James. What do I have to? Do we have to? You know, you can't be on the crapshoot anymore as the co-host if you don't get that answer.
No, I got this. Here. With the
do I have to send you back to
0 times 5?
Do I have to
send 0 times 5 is 5, right?
Plus 1. Come on, say it with me. Plus 1 times 2 equals
5.
All right. It looks like we aren't.
By the way, the 0 times 5 and him saying 5 is not a joke. That was one of them.
That's why I was saying that. How we tried to figure out that problem? Oh,
yeah. They asked him. They're like, okay, here's a super simple one because like we maybe think you're at a lower level than we think. So here's 0 times 5, and he sees it, and he audibly goes, okay, it's and he starts counting on his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 5. And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, 0 times 5, that's 5. And they're like, no, it's not. He's like, what do you mean? No, it's not. Of course, that's it. He doesn't know that when it's times 0. He doesn't know times 0 is the easiest one. He doesn't know that. But again, I was like, I wanted to give him a break because I'm like, this is a really good thing that he's doing here, and I think it's a really cool thing that he's doing with like the rest of the content. Chris Brown comes on. And they are so
the juxtaposition. He sends his nephew home. Chris Brown comes on.
No, Chris Brown. Nephew's still there.
Oh, okay.
And it's so fucked because it's like this was like a really great thing, and then all the trust I had, all the faith, I was like, this could be like a really great thing. Immediately out the window when you bring Chris Brown in, because you have to know, you can't be.
Chris Brown have like a lot of fans who just cope.
They do. They fucking do.
Is Kai Senta one of them?
Maybe. I don't know. That's where I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know if like maybe it was like I don't know. It's like it's like a whole like fucking.
I don't know how the Chris Brown fans justify it, but they gotta have some. They gotta have some insane coping. I need some of that.
They do the same shit fucking Trump people do. Is where they're like, it was like how many years ago?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, it was like in the 2000s. It was in the 2000s.
James, when's the last time that Chris Brown beat like a woman? When was it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It could be recently, actually.
Exactly. You don't even know.
Less than 20 years ago, JD.
20 years is a long time, James.
I don't think any number matters.
Oh yeah, what about 300 years?
Crazy take. I think you're still a bad person no matter what if you didn't do anything to change and don't acknowledge that you did it. If you did not suffer, if you genuinely had no consequences from harming another person in this kind of way.
Acknowledge it, James, legally.
No, literally, he doesn't acknowledge it. He had no negative repercussions. What happened? He had a minor setback. He still lives in a mansion. He still has a lot of money. He still fucking beat a woman and got away with it. Like,
of course.
I don't think he is a good person. End of the day, no matter what.
Yeah, well, you're just a Chris Brown hater, James.
Oh, okay. My dad did that to me where he was just going like, "You're just a hater, man." And I'm like, I think I'm allowed to. I think I'm allowed to be.
Did he call you a hater, like that exact term?
Yes, he did. And it was over.
That's Giga Chad right there.
It wasn't over Chris Brown, but it was over Trump's cabinet picks because I was like, no, I do think it's crazy that Trump picked Robert Kennedy, the guy who had a brain worm, for the health of our fucking nation. I think it's crazy that. Well, I mean,
I think it's crazy that they put stuff in the water that makes the frogs gay, but you know, we never talk about that.
We do, because it has no effect on humans. That's not how it works. We're not fucking frogs. That's why we
it's
have
the fluoride,
no effect.
James. It's the fluoride.
The fluoride is to help with the teeth.
You don't want to save the frogs, James?
Nothing's happening that's wrong, though. And it's not making them gay. It's trans. It turns male frog female. If anything, it's helping with reproduction because it's giving them more females to reproduce for. It genuinely,
See,
this
that's the
isn't
problem
actually
though,
that
right
big of
there,
a
because I
negative
don't like
effect.
frogs.
That's the problem. Okay, but I was talking to my dad. I'm like, okay, I think Robert
Just a
Kennedy
hater.
is bad for Secretary of Health. I think Linda McMahon, wife of Vince McMahon,
Wait, Linda McMahon has been nominated for what?
uh, Secretary of Education.
Oh,
This is real.
education. Thank God I'm
Education.
not in the school. Thank God I'm not in the school system anymore.
Dude, I know, but like, it's also
It
crazy
wasn't
that Trump's
amazing when
like,
we were in there, but
but JD, he also wants to abolish the current state and make a new fucking way of education because he doesn't like what it is.
with
This is
Trump,
a real, yes. His On his run for presidency, he's like, we're going to abolish the board of education and start anew.
start a new. I'm going to reduce this universe to atoms and then build it up from the inside.
Yeah, like literally,
And
like,
then
what do you mean?
from
What's
its
your
ashes,
plan?
build a new one, a grateful one.
What's your plan? Oh, we're gonna make it less woke. What do you
Boom.
mean?
Less woke. There we go. That's exactly it.
Columbus did discover America first.
True.
We did nothing to the Native Americans. They did it to themselves.
Exactly. It was
No,
the will of God.
I'm
And
not even
God said to
joking.
Native
This
God
is
said
what
to
they're
Native
proposing for
Americans
that.
plague. And then they all died. And that's
I'm
what
not
happened
joking.
in history.
They want to change the fucking history books, which are already shit in our schools because they don't teach us any truths. They want to make it different. They want it to say that slaves chose to be slaves. This shit isn't made up.
That sounds like that sounds like an insane like hypothetical that would come in my friend group. Like, wait a minute, but what if the slaves would? They say it as like a fucking insane joke.
They're actually
but it's
indentured
actually
servants,
real.
not slaves.
It's them wanting to put it in there, but for real.
Yeah, it's unironically that. And I said this to my dad, and he goes, "Jim, you're just a hater." And I'm like,
Boom.
I think I'm allowed to hate. I think
I mean, you are
I'm
a hater.
rightfully.
You are a hater, but
I admit that I am, and I think it's okay. I think I'm justified.
I think it's okay to hate too. Honestly,
I think my hatred for these people is pretty. I think I've made it pretty clear that it's okay because
hating is a part of life. You know, if you don't hate, then you might not be human. You might want to check yourself out.
Oh shit! There's something in my freezer I gotta take out. I just remembered before it explodes.
Okay, well you should do that then real quick, and I'll run through the rest of the categories in the Game Awards what we were talking about before this. So, best esports game. Only one esports game that I play on here, League of Legends, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna win. Unless the other ones might be close. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure League of Legends is the biggest one. There's Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, that one's not gonna get it. Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, I've never heard of that. Valorant, I know Counter-Strike 2, CS2 is pretty big. I know Valorant's pretty big. I don't know if they're big enough to win over League of Legends. Probably not. Best esports athlete, Faker's up there again. That's probably going to be the one who wins. The other ones I haven't really heard about except for Chovy, who's also League of Legends. Best esports team, T1 is on there. That's probably going to win. Gen G, they always beat T1, but choke at the last moment. I think Chovy was actually the one who's known as like the choker. It's always does amazing in the beginning, but then throws it all away at the end. There's a little typo in best esports team. They nominated one of the nominees is labeled best esports team, which is also the title. So that's strange. Player's voice nominees to be announced December 2nd. They haven't announced it yet, but that's all of them. I might tune into the Game Awards this year as well. I don't know if I'll stream it, but I definitely will be watching it. If not just for news about some upcoming games. One I'm most excited about, Monster Hunter Wilds, is definitely one that I'll be playing and streaming when it comes out. But I might have to dive back in for a couple of these games because of just because it's been refreshed in my memory. Helldivers 2, I remember having a lot of fun in that. There's been some updates that I haven't played it. I didn't actually play it when Escalation of Freedom came out, so might have to go back in there, do a little bit of tinkering. I know Black Ops 6. I think Black Ops 6 is on the Game Pass. I might get that and try it out. Maybe play the campaign. I haven't played a I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign since Modern Warfare, the remake in 2017, I think. And I liked that campaign. It was pretty good. Silent Hill 2, another game that's on my watch list. I actually should favorite that. I should put that on my wish list, because that's another one that's on my radar. I haven't seen any gameplay of it, haven't been spoiled of it. I've only seen that one meme video. I know the enemies already, but I don't think that's been a huge spoiler. Yeah, I think that's about it for Game Awards. Hopefully Jeff Keighley, I don't remember his name. Jeff Keighley. Yeah, I got it right. Jeff Keighley, I think. Hopefully he does, good job this year. I don't know. I don't think last year was like super amazing, but it was still there. Man, not a lot of games for or not like super contentious for Game of the Year this time. Maybe Black Myth Wukong puts on a good fight. I actually don't know how big that game was. I might have to play it, because I haven't seen anything for Black Myth Wukong other than the trailer they put out like a few years ago, demoing it, which looked really amazing.
I'm back.
Welcome back, James. You're just in time for the end of the podcast.
Oh my god.
If you guys enjoyed, you should subscribe, hit that bell notification, the bell notification icon, otherwise you won't know when these videos come out. You won't get notified for them, but they do come out every Sunday, so know that they'll come out Sunday eventually, one day, and it's Sunday. That'll be it for me. James, bring us out.
Well, hi, my name is Tonka Jahari, and I would never order a whole pizza for myself. You have to wait.